Why educate for peace? Welcome to the 21st century education. Creating peace starts with education. Learn to agree, putting the right steps in motion, give for free, and send around the world. Create a more peaceful world, stop the confusion and lies. Peace education activities promote the knowledge, skills, and attitudes that will help people either to prevent the occurrence of conflict, resolve conflicts peacefully, or create social conditions conducive to peace. In order to achieve these ideals, peace education programs across the world address a wide. This includes nonviolence, conflict resolution techniques, democracy, disarmament, gender equality, human rights, environmental responsibility, history, communication skills, coexistence, and international understanding and tolerance of diversity. In a world where acts of violence fill our news feeds and there is a prevalence of pain and hurt around us, peace takes root in the form of education. Peace education is important for people of all ages, but when is the most effective time to engage in peace education by learning about transformative conflict resolution? As children grow, they form their own unique worldview and they learn how to interact with the people around them. Learning about peace is a wonderful opportunity for children to build peaceful perspectives of the world around them. If we can equip kids with the skills that they need to be human beings who build healthy relationships and solve problems in ways that value the inherent dignity of others, our world will benefit now and in the future. I believe it is important to normalize healthy conflict resolution and integrate it into mainstream learning. I have observed firsthand that peace education can be an essential part of education because of the immense impact it has on students in their classroom and in the communities around them. When we teach youth the value of peace along with the skills they need to be healthy, conflict resolvers, we equip the next generation with the tools they need to be in society that values relationship over competition and the well-being over accomplishment. When these values are shared, some voice concern that society is becoming soft and unmotivated to succeed. But when we work with those around us to collaborate, we can achieve greater things while still maintaining our individual and collective health. Peace education can give youth concrete skills to use in group work and in conversation with those around them so that they are collaborators instead of competitors in school and beyond. Peace education is an ethical imperative. Educating for peace is an ethical imperative in the negation of life and well-being caused by all forms of violence. No to violence, respect human dignity, justice, and love social ethic. These ethical principles include human life and other life forms.
Self-respect, having of their own worth, and a sense of pride in their own particular social, cultural, and family background, as well as a sense of their own power and goodness which will enable them to contribute toward positive change. So, when we say self-respect, it is a pride and confidence in oneself, a feeling that one is behaving with honor and dignity. Respect for others, having a sense of the worth and inherent dignity of other people, including those with social, religious, cultural, and family backgrounds different from their own. It is that you accept somebody for who they are, even when they're different from you or you don't agree with them. Respect for life or nonviolence, valuing of human life and refusal to respond to an adversary or conflict situation with violence. Preference for nonviolent processes such as collaborative problem solving, and other positive techniques as against the use of physical force and weapons. So it is also a value that includes respect and empathy for other individuals and an expectation of cooperation and trust within a community. Gender equality. Valuing the rights of women to enjoy equal opportunities with men and to be free from abuse, exploitation, and violence. When people of all genders have equal rights, responsibilities, and opportunities. Compassion. Sensitivity to the difficult conditions and sufferings of other people and acting with deep empathy and kindness toward those who are marginalized or excluded. The suffering of others and then take action to help. Global concern. Caring for the whole human community, transcending or going beyond concern which they have for their nation or local or ethnic community. Global concern, an issue that adversely affects to the community and environment. Ecological concern, caring for the environment, preference for sustainable living and a simple lifestyle. These are some examples of ecological concern like preserving rainforest, saving endangered species, and keeping drinking water safe. Cooperation. Valuing of cooperative processes and the principle of working together toward the pursuit of common goals. Openness or tolerance. Openness to the processes of growth and change as well as willingness to approach and receive other people's ideas, beliefs, and experiences with a critical but open mind, respecting the rich diversity of our world's spiritual traditions, cultures, and forms of expression. Justice. Acting with a sense of fairness towards others, upholding the principle of exploitation and oppression. Social responsibility. Willingness to take action to contribute to the shaping of society characterized by justice, non-violence, and well-being, sense of responsibility toward present and future generations. Positive version. Imaging the kind of future they prefer with a sense of hope and pursuing its realization in ways that they can.
Peace is the concept of societal friendship and harmony. It is the absence of conflict and war between individuals or groups. God bless everyone. My name is Christine Gay Himang, an AB Political Science student. And today I am going to report spiritual and faith traditions as resources of peace.
The world's spiritual traditions inspire and motivate people to embrace peace as a mission. All the religious believers have gone to war and committed acts of violence in the name of their faith. The conflicts were actually rooted not in matters of faith or even of religion, but in conflicting claims to social, political, and economic goals. Best example for this is the Israeli-Palestinian conflict between Jews and Arabs, which is not merely just religious conflict or race conflict. This has something to do with the leader, the political motivation, and economic goals as well. Same is true with the local example in the Philippines being a diverse country where we can visibly experience and visibly see the conflict between Islam and Christianity. A close look at the original teachings of spiritual and faith traditions indicates that they are essentially wellsprings on resources for peace. We need to rediscover the principles and values that they uphold, to remind us the essential mission of each faith tradition to seek peace. Cooperation and understanding among various spiritual and faith traditions have now become imperative. We now seek the common ground of shared values among the diverse faiths to show that despite the diversity, we are one humanity with the same fundamental aspirations for mutual respect and acceptance and for living together in peace. Best example for this dilemma that we're experiencing right now with the COVID-19 pandemic. No one is exempted, all is fair this struggle. So here are some of the common peace teaching that various spiritual traditions subscribe to. These are rejection of violence, love and compassion for other humans, love and compassion for other creatures and life forms in nature, respect for human dignity and justice or fairness. The Golden Rule says that do unto others as you would have them to do unto you. The maxim that is in all major spiritual traditions, Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, Hinduism, and the indigenous tradition as well. Golden Rule does not require you to be like Bill Gates, to be like Aristotle, and other famous individual to practice the Golden Rule. This is the rule of humanity, is who will uphold someone's dignity. So now we are in Peace Theme 1, Upholding Human Dignity. Upholding human dignity is at the center of the value system that we associate with social peace. What is human dignity? Human dignity is the fundamental innate worth of human being, a principle that is now universally accepted but has not taken root in the actual practices of many governments, communities, and other non-state actors. An example for this is the conflict between the human rights advocates and the Philippine government, with the issue regarding extrajudicial killing because of the implementation of the Tukhang to address the high crime rates and drug abuse in the Philippines. So now let us go to teachings of major faiths. The principle of human dignity is actually enshrined in the teaching of major faiths. So for instance, Christianity, this would be rooted in the belief that God created human beings in His own image. It is likewise a commandment of Jesus that we love our neighbor or even our own enemies. In Islam, it is believed that all human beings have the right to life at conception and after birth, and a right to full opportunities to lead a rewarding and satisfying life. So that is the teachings of the major faiths. Education that seeks to uphold human dignity is often referred to as human rights education, which is within the umbrella that we call peace education. In peace education, one of the central concern is the promotion of human dignity and well-being because of the conviction that this is a foundation of peace. Betty Reardon aptly noted that the achievement of positive conditions of human rights provide a foundation of non-violent social order and greatly reduce the causes of armed conflict and war. And that is why we have peace education. The peace education is the promotion of human dignity and well-being because of the conviction that this is the foundation of peace. Moreover, peace education is both an important peace-building strategy and an effective way of preventing violence.
Peace education and blessed of knowledge areas, skills, and attitude values. Education for peace education is the process of acquiring the values, the knowledge, and the developing the attitudes, skills, and behaviors to live in harmony with oneself, with others, and with the natural environment. List of knowledge areas, skills, and attitudes. First, knowledge and content areas. There are 3. Holistic concept of peace, conflict, and violence. Some peaceful alternative. First, holistic content areas. Holistic concept of peace is not just an absence of violence, but also the presence of condition of well-being. And the second is conflict and violence. Conflict become problems of violence. depending on the methods of conflict resolution used. And the third is some peaceful alternatives. There are disarmament, nonviolence, conflict resolution, transformation and prevention, and human rights, human solidarity, development based on justice, democracy, and sustainable development.
The foregoing schema is an attempt to list the key knowledge areas, skills, attitudes, and values that are integral to peace education. The list is based on a survey of peace education literatures and of key informants, peace educators that was done by the Center of Peace Education of Merriam College. The list is not exhaustive and is expected to evolve as peace education practice and experiences, as well as corresponding reflections and insights on these increase. Now, for education for peace, there are lists of knowledge, areas, skills, and values be cultivated are number 1, self-respect. Now, self-respect, having a sense of their own worth and a sense of pride in their own particular social, cultural, and family background, as well as a sense of their own power and goodness, which will enable them to contribute toward positive change. Number 2, respect for others. Having a sense of worth and inherent dignity of other people, including those with social, religious, cultural, and family backgrounds different from their own. Number 3, respect for life, non-violence. The respect for life, non-violence is the valuing of human life and refusal to respond to an adversary or conflict situation with violence. Preference for non-violent processes such as collaborative problem solving and other positive techniques as against the use of physical force and weapons. Number 4, the gender equality. Now, gender equality is the valuing the rights of women to enjoy equal opportunities with men and to be free from abuse, exploitation, and violence. Number 5, the compassion. Sensitivity to the difficult condition and suffering of other people and acting with deep empathy and kindness toward those who are marginalized, excluded. Okay? Number 6, the global concern. Now, caring for the whole human community, transcending or go beyond the concern which they have for their own nation, for local, ethnic community. Okay, that is number 6. That is global concern. Okay. Now, number 7, ecological concern. Now, caring for the natural environment, preference for sustainable living, and a simple lifestyle. That is ecological concern. Okay, number 8, the cooperation. Cooperation is the valuing of cooperative processes and the principle of working together toward the pursuit of common goals. Now, number 9, the openness, tolerance. Openness to the process of growth and change, as well as willingness to approach and receive other people's ideas, beliefs, and experiences with a critical but open mind, respecting the rich diversity of our world's spiritual traditions, cultures, and forms of expression. Number 10, justice. Acting with a sense of fairness towards others, upholding the principle of equality in dignity and rights, and rejection of all forms of exploitation and oppression. Okay? Number 11, the social responsibility. Willingness to take action to contribute to the shaping of a society characterized by justice, nonviolence, and well-being, sense of responsibility